Welcome to a Muzzled Chat. I'm really excited about today's episode. We have a first-time guest here. Jenny actually was just mentioning she's been looking forward to doing podcasts for some time, and this will be her first. So I want to welcome Jenny.
Thank you.
How are you doing?
I'm wonderful. Thank you.
Welcome to Unmuzzled.
I'm happy to be here.
Well, you've already done it. You broke the ice. You're on a podcast.
Well, I want to say thank you to you, too, for what you do.
I appreciate that. I really do. It's been a selfless journey, you know.
It always is when it comes to this stuff.
Right. But
Your
world
courage is amazing.
needs it. I appreciate that
Yeah.
a lot. All glory to God, really.
Mm-hmm.
He's helped me face that man in the mirror and just said, get over yourself.
Exactly.
You could help someone today.
Yep.
And that's so crucial and important. And that's really what I'm gathering from your book. So folks listening, Jenny here has authored, and this is the first time, and it just happened. Mm-hmm. She created this amazing book called Unthinkable. Truth is like that sometimes. And wow, what inspired you?
Back in 2020, I was gifted a channeling from Gabriel, Archangel Gabriel.
Wow.
And I was told in the channeling that I would be writing a book. And the book would be to help people get through this most difficult time that we're facing right now. And when I began to dive deeper into some of the things that have been disclosed or that we're all trying to disclose.
Yeah.
Without the media coming behind us and telling everybody we're liars. I was shocked. I've never been woke, but I was pretty liberal. Mm-hmm. And I had a dear friend, start to shed some light on some of the individuals. I actually went to Barack Obama's inauguration.
Oh, wow.
And so when I started to learn truths, I was humbled and terrified that I was buying into the whole story. Wow. So I'm here in a very humbling position.
That's beautiful. That's where so many are hung up. Mm-hmm. Their pride and ego will not allow them to eat any humble pie. Any. Right. And they're just stuck, even to their detriment on so many fronts.
Right. They just don't want to look at it. Because it's a belief. It's something we've always believed. And a belief is just something you keep thinking. So, you know, I have not ever had a problem changing my beliefs when I found out something was other than what I thought.
See, the reality of this life, we're all imperfect. We're all perfectly imperfect.
Right.
Some may say that is actually the purpose of us even being here, to kind of rule things out and figure as to the why and all of that. Unfortunately, there's a lot going against us that we're really not giving a natural, like, fair shake at all to even establish the proper wiring, if you will, you know, with our environment to react, to understand, to seek truth, use critical thinking, and we can dive into so much of that.
I think we're in a time period now, too, where we're all getting to see how resilient we are.
Yes.
Or not. Because we've all lost friends, we've lost partners, we've lost a lot.
Yes. However,
I will say people like yourself crossing my path right now is a gift, a true blessing. A true blessing.
Your gift, Jenny. Your presence is a gift. You're emitting such positive energy. I love it. So Jenny gets it. Like, well, tell us a little more. So from supporting Barack Obama.
I voted for Hillary too. I gotta admit it.
It
makes me sick.
isn't it crazy though? Like,
Yeah.
no, that's very, you have humbled yourself. That is fantastic. It is okay to get things freaking wrong.
Yes, it is.
I'll get things wrong today. I'll get things wrong tomorrow. Right. And that shows true strength. That shows character, you know, that you're able to and I'm sure you got wrapped up. You had the emotions because they have a way of intentionally like preying on people, pretty much assembling folks like a cult.
Absolutely.
And and people become so blind as to even, wow, I've joined a cult.
Right.
You know,
I think the thing that people don't really understand is all of the emotions behind it, all of the fear, the anger, all of those negative emotions feed the evil.
yes.
And that's what keeps the evil going.
You know, this is my main question, I feel, for this episode. Because if we can capture that, if we can grasp that to even a small extent and apply it somehow or another to the masses, this could be the most epic episode we've had on Unmuzzled Chat yet.
We've had some pretty good ones.
Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you. What it was that, I don't know, however you want to call it or put it in your own words or whatnot, what it was within you that went from Barack Hussein, Obama, and Hillary to where you're at now. Like, what caused that shift?
Truth. Finding out the truth. Finding out the evil things. And I'll be honest, I did not write about all of the evil things that I know about them in the book. Because
it would be this tall. Yeah.
It's a beginner's book, actually. It's for somebody that's just hearing about our food being poisoned.
You just brought more credibility to your book, just like that, unintentionally.
Well,
that makes sense.
It's an important book to have out there because in the book is reflective of my personal path, my personal growth.
Okay.
I've studied a lot with Carolyn Mace, who's a medical intuitive, studied many years with her. And I've had other teachers that just helped me step back, get out of my ego, get out of my needing to be right, and have a desire to change people's lives, help them on their path. I do it every day when I'm working as well. So.
Yeah, and my gosh, that's a whole nother thing I didn't even know. It just, the point I invite you in, because you weren't too familiar. I mean, you know, I'm dealing with Lyme disease, but not too familiar, and
right.
I'm kind of in a lull. Just, I'll be upfront about it. You know, it's just all these binders and some of the treatment I'm on. I'm even burping, like it's just crazy. But challenges accepted. We all got them, you know?
We do.
And it's why I sound the alarm so heavily on like our health. Because, I mean, my goodness, how are we going to even have a fair shake as to seeing truth and use our rational brains and critical thinking and fulfill our purposes here if we're not well?
Right.
If we're deteriorated. And that's why I love this book. You're help connecting the dots that this is being intentionally done. But you're showing up for folks. I mean, you're essentially the real life Jenny, like kind of embodying what a muzzle chat is all about, where we're trying our best just in different ways, essentially, trying to help others become their best selves, and through that ensure a better tomorrow.
Right. Well, none of us like to accept physical limitations, and when things are put upon us, I mean, I have an autoimmune MTHFR issue.
Oh wow!
And I've had to change a lot of the way I do things. I love sugar, but I don't do sugar much. Can't.
Good.
And it's about being consistent. That's what I find the most is people are just not consistent. They can do things for a couple weeks,
right?
But it's really a life change.
Yes.
And it's being committed to our purpose, to wanting to help shift the world,
right,
and move forward.
Well, when we initially seemingly are making those sacrifices, the sacrifice actually starts diminishing because there's this other gain that it's just it doesn't become a sacrifice anymore. It just becomes wisdom.
Well, I will say, having been through many physical issues has helped me relate more personally to those on my table when I'm working. So had I not had those things happen, I would not be as ineffective of a therapist.
Wow. Well, let's transition into that and we can come back to the book. It's just so awesome to have like-minded folk that are out there doing selfless, just showing up on behalf of others. So you do, tell us what you do for your career.
I do myofascial release and cranial sacral therapy.
Wow.
And those two techniques tap into the system, to your body, and can help release cell memory.
We should have done that before this episode. So, I'd be a lot more on fire, no doubt.
Well, perhaps.
Maybe another time.
You're pretty radiant yourself.
Oh, thank you.
And so when you release cell memory, if somebody's had a trauma and they come and I see them, they may experience it or re-experience it on the table.
Wow.
But it's not injurious. It's actually allowing the body to recalibrate. And so what they can do then is they can face their issue that used to perhaps set them off into a crying jag or fear or anger, rage, whatever.
Yeah.
And completely be able to talk about the incident with no attachment.
That's wild. Through how do you call that? Myofascial release?
Myofascial release, yeah.
It was interesting.
Cranial work.
Yeah, the other day, I saw a gentleman, like this chiropractor, his video, because a lot of people, what are they calling that? The ring dingers or something, where they're getting really, it's kind of intense how they're getting adjusted. They're actually securing their hips and they're giving a good tug with wrapped towel around the neck. But anyway, there was a gentleman that got his neck cracked and you could just see, like he was totally fine, happy. And then next minute, like he gets nice and cracked, it released more.
Right. That's a somato-emotional release.
Emotional.
Right.
But the good on the chiropractor to have noticed and then like come up and be there for this man in this moment. And he didn't seem like one to even share that type of emotion, but he really started getting emotional. Yeah, it was pretty touching, and you knew that just released something deeper. Well,
therapists, chiropractors, if you've been through something similar, you certainly can be much more nurturing, because that'd be like a gynecologist trying to deliver a child saying, "Oh, I know the pain you're going through," to a woman. No. So if you experience things, or if you have experienced things, then you can be more in touch. You truly can empathize, and you truly can be a nurturing person in that individual's life.
Right. Wow.
It's very humbling work.
Yeah.
It truly is.
Gosh, you just captured something there, and I went back there in my brain and line brain. I'm not doing it justice. I know when I replay this, it would be like, oh, this is where I wanted to run with that. But I digress. All right. So do you have a website?
The name of my business is Balance From Within.
Okay.
And it's balancefromwithin.com.
Wow. Well, it's important that people, you just never know, because there's so many different angles to address, especially when it comes to traumas.
Right.
That it's a tough one.
Well, even think about how much a person suppresses.
Yes.
How much a person is repressed.
Yeah.
How whatever a child's been through in their life.
Right.
And they've kept it under wraps or they don't even know about it.
Right.
There's dissociation, all kinds of stuff.
Because a lot of that could be holding folk back from really having their other breakthroughs. So there's a multitude of angles to really address things at.
Right.
And
our body keeps score.
Right.
It does.
And I want our listeners to consider what you're talking about, what you're offering as a viable option for them to look into, check out. Because, I know that could lead to breakthrough. And that's, oh my gosh, that's what we need. We need the best version of everyone yesterday.
Right. Well, I think the incredible thing about the cranial sacral therapy part of it is I'm working with the membrane that surrounds your brain and your spinal cord. And when things at that level are released, it changes everything. Because if there is a torque in your system and it's putting pressure on one part of your brain, or if your brain is inflamed, your gut is inflamed, there can be some real significant changes in personality, in mood, a lot.
Wow. That could be a huge blessing for so many. I imagine, so we'll add links if people need to read into that or reach out to you.
Sure.
They'll be able to look in the comment section below and find that. Now, regarding this books, folks, I don't know if I could even read it better through this, but let's just read this teaser. I'm a slow read.
Go for it.
So bear with me. But it's good for me, my doctor says. No. Unthinkable is for anyone whose life changed in 2020. Do you find yourself intolerant of differing viewpoints? Do you find your emotions fluctuating? Do you fear for your well-being? When you hear the media continuously creating the latest frenzy, do you find yourself being blindly led by the narrative and end up not knowing what to believe? Have you lost the joy of spontaneous travel? I like how you even pose these questions. It's just helps people do some self-reflection.
Mm-hmm. I haven't been on a plane since 2020. I had a difficult time with the mask rule. I was a non-masker.
Yep. No, over my dead body. Nope. Mm-mm. Yeah, mandates aren't law. And man, it got close. It got close. Even elected. I'm so glad there was enough of us that put our foot down on that, because it did get close. Well, it's about to even touch on, because churches even try to stay out of politics, but politics, that word, it now is becoming an excuse, because the actual morals and ethics and everything biblically and the societal and what Jesus and everything, it's 100% involved. Everything, like we got to address the defective wiring that has taken place within ourselves. And this is the thing. It's been intentionally done, and they've been very, very effective on doing it and putting us in our own little box.
The churches have been affected, because if they don't follow the rules of their tax rules,
right,
funding is taken away,
right,
or their tax exemption is taken away,
right.
So whether it's a Christian university, whether it's churches, big churches especially,
coming from any different aspect of life, whether it be church or any of it, we are all impacted. It's crazy. So you state the entire planet is going through a metamorphic change.
Metamorphic.
Thank you. Metamorphic. I can't say these fancy words. I should have you read this.
No, it's okay.
Change, which means every single human being is going through a transitional journey, whether they want to or not. It's important to understand we've all gotten to this point, and how we must get back to doing some critical thinking in order to make this transition. You just hit a nail on the head so profoundly right there. It is healthy to question things. We must put on our thinking caps.
Yes.
Like, have rational thought, rational discussion. That is the only way.
Mm-hmm. I would imagine some of your listeners were told as a child when they'd ask a question, well, because I said so. We weren't encouraged.
That's so good. That's so
We
good.
weren't encouraged to question.
We're dating back to Jesus. He actually brought that up in an episode. And that's dating back. Let's go there. Because I said so. That's a generational curse.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because I said so. It shows lack of resilience, impatience,
Control.
no empathy, not seeking understanding and chasing that child, but more importantly, what you can instill in them and a more positive interaction that leads to
Right.
growth and solutions. And
Children need to be not only seen, but they need to be heard.
right.
And that was another big one back when I was little. Children are not to be seen or heard. So
I knew this was going to be going. Jenny's such a gift. It continues. Have you ever considered that intentional poisoning of our bodies made us sicker, or how much our minds have been dumbed down to the point of, I don't even know how to say that, gullibility, and complacency. Man, to even just pause right there. Listeners, like, have you considered, I mean, we've gone over it here quite a bit, but it's important to go over it nauseum till we can really understand and acknowledge and absorb it.
right.
So we just see things in true color.
People are complacent and they're apathetic.
Yes.
And they aren't willing to step forward because they've seen people beforehand that have done that killed or shut down.
Right. Well, the
Punished.
answer, so even though, I like how you're opening up for people to consider and use their own thought. That's important. We do know, yes, evil has intentionally poisoned the bodies and our minds intentionally to dumb us down. So we just, like the Rockefellers and their institute, like getting involved in our education institutions, right? They created, quote, we want to create a nation of workers, not a nation of thinkers. I believe them to be very effective on that.
Right.
You know, and it's all been to our detriment. The more we can humble ourselves and seek the understanding and breaking out of the box that they and we ourselves have put ourselves in, because there's a lot of like personal accountability to be had here to really setting free.
Exactly. I've often said my lid blew off a long time ago, and although I've been a bit of a rebel most of my life,
same. Yeah.
Somebody's got to do it.
Right. Oh my gosh. Well, it continues. Why didn't we speak up and question those in authority about the quality of our food, air, and water? I mean, it's only been very few of us.
Right.
And so many of us throughout the years would get a hold of that, fluoride article or this or that or what.
But how many stopped it?
Weak are we?
Right.
We've been so weak generationally now for some time. And the level of acceptance, you could see it now play out on the world stage, is to sheer hierarchy.
Right.
It's a ruled, there's a ruling class in the ruled now. It is definitive. And you can't even have your grievances addressed anymore.
Right.
Like you could look at Jan 6. I mean, we just played a a fellow on an episode just yesterday, and he was bringing up these astronauts that he believes to still be alive. And
I saw that.
Yeah, it's
very good.
very entertaining, right? On, could they be? Because, wow, the whole nation mourned them, the world, and everyone was watching. It was a world event. But more important than that, the interaction, the pompous individuals, like, you are in a servant role, sir.
Right.
How dare you speak to this man this way? This respectful, literate man, like he's bringing something very legitimate, even if he's wrong, and it ends with him like just very distastefully, what's the word I'm looking for? Insulting the gentleman that was in there.
And kicking him out.
By, mental or something.
Right.
But he infringed upon his First Amendment, and he had every right to be heard and shared. So it's just a great example. Like, this is happening across the board.
Yeah.
It isn't no longer about we the people,
right?
And it's not operating from the people, of the people, all that, by the people. So,
well, all of the, going back to our brains being dumbed down. I mean, all of the chemicals that they've sprayed in the air, the chemicals that they've used on crops.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, those immediately go to the brain. And
yes,
I can tell you firsthand, there are a lot of inflamed heads.
Yes.
And getting that inflammation calmed down, it doesn't reverse any damage. However, I do believe that new neural nets can be formed. I know they can. I'm a walking proof of that.
So much. So in a way, you're saying so much of those interactions are actually, they're just subjected to these harmful substances. I believe that to be true.
And look
100%.
at all of the shots that they're giving children.
Right. From the inoculations, from the water, from the food.
What newborn baby needs aluminum?
Right.
All those shots. You don't need a hepatitis shot when you're first born.
They're all no good.
Yeah, right.
100%. There's so many different angles. I mean, even the frequencies, like the frequencies is one, like I'm actually picking up more and more on that. I believe that to be the more technologically advanced, more that they're more so leaning on more and more. And it does correlate with the rollout of the jabs and things of that nature too. And because there's certain substances in that are applied, but also with the chemtrail, also what they've tried to integrate into water and foods and everything.
Right.
And it's just the metals and such. So it's very exciting. It isn't like doom and gloom. It can be quite overwhelming, and it can be obviously quite challenging.
It was for the overwhelmed.
We've lost loved ones. We've lost friends along the way just due to our views. Right. And it's just like that in and of itself becomes proof as to the intentional, corrupt control and the poisoning of minds and bodies, because no one stopped to say, hey, loved one, what's your intent with this? It may be a little out there, but what's your intent?
Right.
Because the intent is good. It's because I love you. I don't want to see you suffering. I don't want to see anyone suffering. And heck, if I'm wrong, like, let's have a laughing session, but,
sure.
But I really think there's something to this. But so it's just proof, like Harari has stated, we are hackable creatures, humanity, hackable, that they have the current technology to control the masses.
Right.
Quotes that will nothing be happy, all of that. So
I think when people go down the doom and gloom part of it too, there are those doctors out there like Dr. Artis and Dr. McCullough. There's a lot of them, Dr. Judy Mikovits.
Okay.
Sharing things that are anecdotal. I mean, I listened to something from Dr. Artis the other day where he was talking about nicotine patches because of the snake venom that's in the shots.
Wow.
and how just the nicotine patch itself, because it's just nicotine, it's an herb. It's not the part of the cigarettes or whatever that was causing cancer. It was the chemicals that they put in
all
them.
the additives.
So what the nicotine patch does is it makes it so that the spike protein can't keep replicating.
Oh, wow.
Those of us like myself who work with people every day, I don't tell people they can't come in just because they've had a shot.
Right.
But I do have to protect myself.
Yeah, that's smart.
Whether it's hydroxychloroquine
good on
or
you.
ivermectin or...
Some people are, and I can't hold it past them. You know, if they're making the decision to selectively one way or another, I mean, it should be freedom of choice.
It's fear.
Fear.
Understandable.
Yeah, right. But yeah, when you're there to help, I mean, there are protections through faith and things too. And luckily, to your point, there are experts out there providing protections as well, which is awesome. Like I love Masterpiece. That's been, I can't remember. I watched a really long video on it initially. It was only meant to address a couple of the things, and I think aluminum was one of the key ones. And it's addressing all of the metals and even like a lot of the chemicals and forever chemicals.
Right.
It's eradicating. So it's become kind of just this miracle detoxifier tincture.
Wow.
So
cool.
Luckily there's a lot of good things around the corner.
There are. And there's still a lot of good.
Yes.
In our everyday lives.
Yeah.
And if we can all just get into practicing gratitude every day.
That's huge.
You know, I mean, I'm happy every day I wake up. Every day. There have been times when I shouldn't have. So,
right.
You know, when you can do that and getting out in the sun, huge. It's a huge healer. It's healed me.
Yeah.
I do sunrise and I try to see the sunset.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
You ground and all that too?
Yes, I do.
Just as God intended.
They're easy things.
It's getting too hot. The studio's even barely maintaining a temperature. I think it's about time for me to head up north. I'm going to start integrating a lot more of that out in nature. I just feel that call. I need it. And I think it's going to lead to my next breakthroughs.
Yeah.
Definitely. That's the thing. It becomes so tough for some, depending on how they're impacted to it. I don't know. Call me crazy because at times it's not as though I didn't want to get well.
It's hard work.
But it's like
it's hard work.
I became the illness. Like I couldn't.
And even our words. Yeah, I mean, don't own it.
So
it's
it
not
becomes
your
really
Lyme
hard
disease.
for someone to take additional steps that could lead to amazing breakthrough.
Right.
Like to even step out in the morning sun
Absolutely.
or evening when it's free and it's available and it's there each day. God blesses you with another day.
Right.
And who's you? I'm not.
There are a lot of myths out there about the sun, and we need the sun. We need the sun on our skin. We need it in our eyes. I look directly into the sun.
Wow.
For at least the first 45 minutes. And it goes directly into my brain.
Wow.
And heals my brain.
Well, you look sharp.
Thank you.
I'm envious. I'm excited. That's the biggest blessing of this time. Has it ever been so polarized? Has it ever been so crystal clear throughout history? And I've said it many times on this podcast where all my life I felt as though I was born in the wrong era. But it wasn't until more recent that I knew I know I'm exactly where I'm meant to be.
Yep.
And I just don't think I'd have any faith or really any understanding in any other generation. I was just too self-serving, I guess. Right? Too that pride and this, like, I got way too wrapped up into this life and what it was offering more than realizing, hey, we are freaking visiting here.
Well, and right, but we're here to love. We're here to give. And the more that we get self-centered, that's when people get hurt.
Yes.
And that's when we stop taking care of ourselves, basically.
Right.
So it's really, really important to pay attention to the true reason we're all here. And it is about love.
You're right. So with that, there's just so much opportunity to do good and help others, live selflessly, and grave blessing to be had. Yes, in this life, but even bigger than this life.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right, I want to finish this up here because it's all so good. It continued after the whole gullibility. Man, I struggle with words. And complacency. Why didn't we speak up and question those in authority about the quality of food, air, and water? I guess I did say that one, didn't I? But
it bears repeating.
It bears repeating. Like, why?
Even the water they're spraying on the things in the grocery store is not water. They're chemicals. So beware.
But I like how it continues. It's because, or is it, to pose it even as a question, but it's because we were led to believe we no longer had the right and freedom to do so. We unwittingly complied. I got this. Our individuality and creativity was sucked out of us. We were captured and had no idea of the deception, dark agendas, or the crimes being committed against all of humanity. If you're not excited about this book, listeners, it's so important. This right here is the calls to action. By supporting Jenny here, like, you are out there on the front lines yourself. You've said it yourself. You've lost family, you've lost friends, but you're not giving up. You're bringing light and truth and a selflessness that the world needs more of. And you got the support of a muzzled chat. I sure hope some of the listeners think of the personal enlightenment you may get from this book and strength to become breaking more out of your own box and becoming more a leader of your own, like, in a sense, to be a blessing to those around you. But even this short little, because I love the font. Like, this is a book for me.
Well, and I dedicated the book to the White Hats.
Nice.
And all the whistleblowers.
Perfect.
I mentioned Kathy O'Brien and Jesse Zaboter, who are primary huge whistleblowers against government.
Wow, I love that.
And from their own personal experiences. And the two of them are, the type of abuse that they both experienced is unthinkable.
Right.
But they are such loving, giving, generous people.
Wow.
That are truly out there spreading the word. Kathy, I list in the back of the book a lot of references because this book is truth. It's not. I was talking to an older group of.
I'm gonna order one.
Women. That's yours.
Are you sure? You don't have to.
I think it's got your name in the front. Actually,
did you?
I think it's got your name in the front.
No.
I think it's on the very first.
Maybe. Yeah. Oh, there.
It's.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. I think it's important to acknowledge all of the people that have lost their lives.
Yes.
In getting the truth out.
Yes.
And that's why I say to you, thank you so much for your courage and your conviction. This is not an easy thing to do.
I can't imagine doing anything else. I genuinely can't. Sure, my bank account would be a lot happier going back to swinging a hammer, but looking around, we're at war, We
are spiritual for sure.
And I've been saying it now in a sense of like, well, spiritual, physical, everything.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, just like you're saying with the water and all these different angles, like, this is 5th generation warfare. It's just not what we're used to.
Right.
Like, people are literally dying from some of these war tactics, and biological warfare is no freaking joke. No. I'm experiencing that with this line. It's wild because unlike traditional warfare where men are out on a distant battlefield, you know, surviving and dying, the women and children are suffering.
Oh.
And that's where I'm like, where are the freaking real men?
Right.
I get you have a job. I get you got to support your family. But you could just tune in, right, to certain platforms such as this or Charlie Kirk or Dan Bongino, Stu Peters. I like him more than most because he does calls to action. Mm-hmm. I know with time that's the goal. We want to become more efficient, and our affiliations, what we're doing, are actually becoming the calls to action.
Right.
And with more growth here, I know we could lead. So minimally, to stay informed, to protect, you know, for those fathers, their families, but support and share, like, information like this, books like this,
right,
is doing their part to a degree. You can't at the end of it say, well, I just sat back and basically excused all because and still excuse it by I had a family to feed.
Well, it's been all the brainwashing. They've really demonized men. And the problem with that is that it has done away a lot with family.
Yes.
And,
you're right.
You know, there are a lot of women out there that have a lot of bad things to say about men. And quite frankly, it's part of their Luciferian agenda.
You're right.
And
destroy the family unit.
Yeah, there's just so many different ways it can go, and it has all to do with Moloch and Baal, right. And there's a lot.
Right.
I did not touch on those subjects in the book because the book would be so big.
Right.
That's a beginning.
Are you feeling like another one is in order?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. There may be another book in order, but I don't know that it'll be about disclosure.
Okay.
It will probably be a little different.
I feel very strongly about this one. So for the listeners, I'm sure that there's a personal gain to be had, and being 150 plus pages, get through it and gift it, pay it forward.
Yeah, thank you.
Get multiple copies of it, because this could really have, more important than just the red pill effect, provide the necessary tools for folks to be their own solutions.
There are definitely things in the book that are not addressed out in, certainly not mainstream.
Okay.
But it's a self-empowering book. It's a, now what do I do with this information book? And how do I move through my everyday and keep my head up?
Right.
And keep my heart full of love and keep moving forward and touching people's lives.
Wow. Well, the last paragraph here, time of disclosure and accountability is on the horizon. Unthinkable helps you by exploring several surprising truths that have been kept hidden and are difficult to accept. You learn truths that can set yourself free, and it helps set all of humanity free. It is time for that accountability.
Mm-hmm. Personally and as a nation.
Yeah. As we are help organizing those toolboxes and just everything, Jenny, I know like you this is no accident that through this book, through what you're doing in healing and helping others, just even from folks, okay, sure, yeah, let's have this work done. Just being in your presence and communicating with you, you're emotionally in tuned and empathize, like you're helping them all the way through.
Mm-hmm. Lives change.
I mean, right here, Jenny has helped thousands of people from all over the world and from all walks of life find pain relief and peace of mind, gain movement, and reclaim their power and sovereignty through difficult and traumatic experiences. She is a perfect person to write this book of exposure and personal empowerment. That's beautiful.
Thank you.
I am so grateful that you would come here today and share this book, share what you're doing. It's clearly still an uphill battle. Evil has clearly infiltrated very deeply. If people can start focusing on that individual accountability and having those personal breakthroughs, and we start getting organized and rolling this out, it's very exciting to see. Mm-hmm. The potential is to shifting this tide and having things operate as designed. Why we the people, is the masses, have allowed the few to rule over us for so long.
Right.
It just blows my mind.
Right.
And it's time to tear down that infrastructure. They've put a lot of time and energy throughout the decades into all of that, even rewriting history.
Absolutely.
And no more secrecy. Transparency is key. And there's enough things that have taken place throughout history, whether it be 9/11, whether it be the recent pandemic, whether it be, trafficking. Yes.
Organ harvesting.
Yeah.
I will tell you, on my journey of writing the book and doing the research, I have seen things that I cannot unsee.
Right.
And it is...
Same here.
It is...
Same here.
That's why the book needed to be written.
Good on you. Good on you. I admire and commend you for answering that call.
Thank you.
I see some of the responses. I see how you've blessed. And they're all 5 stars other than this one. And it's awesome though. For those of us that see that, it's someone that Harari speaks of that has been hacked. And my heart goes out to that individual, and I hope and pray. And it very well could just be a troll. You know, there's a lot. I'm coming across a lot of that.
Yeah.
Might not even be an authentic, real individual, but to keep such a closed mindset on some of the things they even said, like you could see the defectiveness in it nonetheless. But where is I going with that?
It's okay that people disagree with us.
Yes.
And they can stay where they're at. But the rest of us are going to move forward.
Right. This has been already a blessing to many and a blessing to me.
Thank you.
And I can no doubt it will be a blessing to a lot of our listeners.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you having me.
Listeners, I just challenge you to pay it forward. I just have a feeling this is going to do good. And I hope you feel that out there. So be sure to check it out. Check it out in the comments. We just ran 50-something minutes.
Oh, wow.
How are you feeling?
That went fast.
Do you have any burning desires?
I don't think so. Not right now.
Jenny, thank you.
Thank you.
For coming all this way.
Thank you.
You're like, what was it,
24 minutes.
4 minutes. I would love to know your thoughts.
Okay.
On it all. And it's one of those things that this could potentially be just the icebreaker between you and I, depending on how things feel.
I think so.
So I'm really excited.
I think you come get on my table and we'll have a lot of discussions.
Okay. I'm just really excited. Yeah, I'd love to check that out too. But to see how this lands on your end, and we are all our own worst critics. Don't worry. We can revisit conversations.
Absolutely.
And direct, the areas we might have wanted to go more in depth and things like that. So
sure.
Definitely would be my pleasure to have you back on the podcast.
Thank you so much.
All right. That being said, listeners, thank you so much for joining us today. Be sure to get this book today. Amazon. Unthinkable. You got to type out the truth is like that sometimes, and it will pull up. However, we'll add the link below. You are letting this go for a steal. So wait, that's the Kindle price.
It needs to be in people's hands.
$9.99.
Yeah.
In the paperback, $14.95. Are you funding it? Are you even making anything?
You don't really make a lot when you write a book.
It's like,
it's never been about money for me. It's just been about getting the word out, getting the tools out there for people.
Folks, help us get this out there. This is exactly what we need to flood the streets with. It's just another, podcasting isn't going to resonate with everyone. You know, the news, I mean, personal face-to-face interaction, but this is just another powerful tool for us all to use. So let's get on board. Let's go. Super excited. God bless you all. Till next time. Take care. Wow, what an amazing episode. What an amazing woman. Jenny is such a gift and such a warrior. I felt impressed to speak out a little more as I'm sitting here doing editing and give thanks to Jenny. I just feel terrible playing back this episode during editing. I must become a better listener. It just feels like there was so much I missed that I should have dug in deeper, done deeper dives on. Forgive me. I feel like I didn't do her justice, but I'd love to have her back. So seeing the state I was in, she offered this craniosacral therapy she does. I'm here to tell you that I feel lighter, more at peace, and less tension throughout my whole body, but even more strangely, less tension in my mind, in my brain. I know, explain that one. Well, she did mention earlier in the episode about an inflamed head. I must have had an inflamed head, but it's feeling better now. Thank you, Jenny. Could this help yours? Reach out to her. Jenny has become extremely good at what she now does, and she attributes many of her gifts to the many things she has lived through in this life. I don't know what better accreditation you need than that. But I glanced at her book that she so graciously gifted me, and this just struck home. This dedication right here in the opening. This book is dedicated to those who have risked their lives to expose corruption and evil. To all survivors, all whistleblowers, all military personnel involved in rescuing children and other captive victims from tunnels, all white hats who planned and executed a brilliant way of saving the United States. We must support patriots like this. This is no quinky-dink, her and I connecting. What a blessing. A little about the author. Jenny overcame many personal challenges, life-threatening injuries, and daunting health issues. With perseverance, she models authenticity, saying what needs to be said. During her 45-year career in healthcare, Jenny has been a bold, rebellious, outspoken truth teller who has courageously confronted and educated patients on personal responsibility for wellness and the quality of their lives. Anyone can call BS when they know things are blatantly wrong, but not just anyone is willing to listen to their inner voice, do deep research, and then follow through by writing a book that exposes lies and crimes against humanity and then offer help, perspectives, and strategies for these transformative times. Dead right. So many are unwilling. So many seem content on continually lying to themselves. It's time we help in any way, shape, or form we can. And I believe this to be an amazing tool to assist us in doing just that. Thank you for tuning into this little edition. I look forward to serving you again soon. Let me know what you think in the comments. I would love to know what I could do better. I appreciate each and every one of you. We got this. God bless.